The following is a special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And I hope this is Ron Chuckett. I hope that your Super Bowl weekend is off to a good start. This is the first of 2 days of basketball streaming here on this channel. We're about to at least try to do a new replay. This is the beginning of the era that the NBA became relevant again in this country. We start with the 1979-80 season, and instead of playing a virtual game of the week, we try to be neutral. We're going to be doing select games from both the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers. So you'll see the Celtics and Houston Rockets right now, and then tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, get up because you want to. It's going to be the Los Angeles Lakers and the San Diego Clippers from San Diego. I'm going to try this in an old format for Action PC Basketball in the half court. I apparently had done a lot of this replay and kind of feel bad that I just junked 2/3 of a season to do this, but I want to start again. That's okay. It's okay. So this is the first night of the 1979 season, October 12th. It is the debut of both Larry Bird here in Boston and Magic Johnson, who you'll see tomorrow in San Diego with the Lakers. And so that's what we'll do. We're going to do this week. We'll do both teams next week, or starting next week, next Saturday. I would think that we would do one team or the other. Will alternate by weeks. A Celtics game and or a Lakers game. Next Saturday's game will be the Celtics and the Washington Bullets from the Garden in Boston. There is one thing you should know from the start. I know that Pistol Pete Maravich only played the latter half of the year in Boston. They've got him carded from the get-go, and so I'm going to use him. So, without further ado, it's the Rockets, who were an Eastern Conference team in 1979, and the Boston Celtics. We're going to be, as I said, we're going to be using the half-court pictures here. I actually found some pictures for players, and this would also be the first regular season game with a three-point shot in the NBA. So, we'll see how well it goes. If it doesn't, we'll find something else. If it does, then yes. But in any event, next, it's Boston Celtics basketball from the Garden. All right. Hi, Bubba Husky. How are you? Now, I'm going to be controlling only the Celtics offense. Computer controls the defense. I get to control the bench. Hopefully, that'll make for a faster stream. So, for Houston, it is going to be Calvin Murphy at the point, level as your shooting guard, Reed, the small forward, Rudy Tomjanovich, the power forward, and Moses Malone as the center. For Boston, Tiny Archibald is the point guard, Chris Ford is the small guard, Cedric Cornbread Maxwell is the small forward, Larry Bird, the power forward, making his NBA debut, and Dave Cowens starts his last year as the starting center of the Boston Celtics. And we are ready to roll. It is Calvin Murphy out of Niagara, Alan Level out of Oklahoma City, Robert Reed from St. Mary's, Rudy Tomjanovich from Michigan, and Moses Malone. Del Harris, by the way, is coaching Houston, and Bill Fitch will coach the Celtics. And so the jump goes to Boston, and they have it. Amazingly enough, we have most of the pictures. Here, Cowens is inside. He's outside, and we don't want that. So Cowens will pass it around over to Bird. 11 on the clock. Bird, baseline left. Will shoot the outside jumper. And Reed with the steal. Back goes Houston. Malone inside. Pump fakes over Cowens. Tough shot. No. But Cowens gets called for the foul. He will shoot two. So 30 seconds in, and there's no score. There are media timeouts. 79-80 season had 3 to make 2 once you reach the bonus, and 2 to make 1 to make an old-fashioned 3. So Moses Malone goes to the line. And his first shot is no good. So there's still no score opening minute here. Moses bends the knees again. Not going to make any changes. Come on. Bends the knees again, and it's good. So 1-0 Houston. Johnny Most is already beside himself. I above court side. So we're going to go inside the bird. That's the call. That's what Bill Fitch wants. It's at the table. Cowens, the bird inside. Little runner, yes. And the Celtics lead 2-1. And that, my friends, is the first basket in Larry Bird's history. Oops, I forgot. I got to watch the screen here. Houston, Murray in the level, and then stolen by Chris Ford. 4-on-2 for the Celtics. A 4-on-1 the other way. Ford with the steal. Ford, the bird drives in the lane off the window, and he's got himself 4. Murphy now the other way to Reed. Little jumper for Reed, and Houston scores 4-3. So Tiny will lock it up. Chris Ford outside is the call. Ford. No, rebounded by Virgil. Pats it back out. Celtics will set back up again. And they'll run some clock. 10-20 first quarter. Chris Ford. Right side. Will shoot the jumper from 18 in the wing. The runner, yes. 6-3 Boston. Malone now. We'll get a 24-second violation the other way. So Houston with its first turnover. 9:51 first quarter. 6-3 Boston. And no changes for the Celtics. Chris Ford really wants to shoot that 3. Bill Fitch goes, okay. You can try it. He's set up on the right side. 23-footer. Ford for long 3 is good. Now Murphy drives to the basket the other way. Passes to Malone. Moses off the glass. No. Bird with the rebound. And the Celtics will fast break. 2-on-2. Archibald and Maxwell. Bird passes it out. Tiny runner. No. But he's fouled by Calvin Murphy. And that's the first foul. So Tiny goes to the line. 9:18 to go first quarter. 9-3 Boston. And Archibald is a 83% free throw shooter. First foul for Houston. Archibald then bends the knees and hits the first. Looks again for the second. No good. Rebound Malone for Houston. Now to Murphy. Over to Reed. Jumper. No. Oh, yeah. Rolled around and went in. So 10-5 Boston. Chris Ford wants a shot outside. Archibald to Ford on the left wing. Guarded by Level. Ford with the jumper. Yes, he's got 7 in the early going. Now Robert Reed over to Tomjanovich. He charged to the basket. He made the drive in the lane, and that wasn't any good. So that's an offensive foul. I want to change something here. There. So now we got some. Now you can see some points here. So we Boston ball 12-5, 8:40 first quarter. And they pass it around. We're going to set it up inside the Cowens is the play. They haven't found the big man yet. Archibald to Maxwell to Cowens in the middle in the paint over Malone. He got it on the board. Now Level to Reed inside. He backs in over to Malone, and that's a bad pass. And it's Boston ball. 14-5. I think this works better if we go with a full court, don't you? And so, at least for tonight, I will get the right courts here. I have the right courts, but it just looks better this way. Celtics ball. Ford wants another 3. No. They're going to pass. Now Bird has it. Tomjanovich is working on him. Shot clock at 12. Bird looks left, face right. Outside with a jumper around the rim, and no. Maxwell with a tip. He grabs the rebound. Tries to tip it in himself in the basket. Yes, he's got it. He's on the board. Now Reed, the baseline the other way. He's got the jumper, and he hits it. And Maxwell will make the foul. That's the second on Boston, the first on Maxwell. And Robert Reed, who already has 6 points, will shoot the free throw. 16-7 Celtics, 7:38 first quarter. No changes for the Celtics. Houston's working on their own bench. Robert Reed misses the free throw, goes out of bounds. Boston ball. So Archibald and Ford in the backcourt. Chris Ford is 7. That's ridiculous. Maxwell and Bird, along with Cowens. It's Murphy and Allen Level for the Rockets in the backcourt. Robert Reed has 6 points already for Houston. Rudy Tomjanovich, the other forward. And Moses Malone is the center. Now Bird wants to try a 3. We'll see how that goes. To Bird. Long range jumper, left side. No, it's out of bounds in the Houston basketball. Elijah Warren went pro, Bubba, I believe. I think he 84, 85, 85, 86. I think he was on that team that lost to Boston in the 86 finals. And of course, that's really good coffee. And of course, he played his college ball at Houston too. All right, Houston ball, they trail by 9. Let's see what they do. Tomjanovich from the corner, jumper, no. Bird with his 3rd rebound of the night. They're going to try to work it inside to Bird. Archibald finds him beyond the arc, inside to Maxwell. Over Tomjanovich, and Maxwell hits. Now Murphy the other way. He drives in the paint off the window and good. So we exchange baskets, 18-9 Boston. First quarter, 6:45 to go. Celtics pass forward. Foul line extended right. Is going to drive in the paint off a level. He drives in over to Cowens. Jumper. Yes, that was a good pass by Ford. Houston down 11. Now level. Pick and roll with Malone. Malone inside. No. Rebound is on the floor. Maxwell has it. Maxwell and Bird will run the break. This is dangerous. Maxwell to Bird all alone. Lays it off the glass and in. He's got 6. Now Murphy the other way to Reed. Level. Murphy. They're passing around. Tomjanovich penetrates from the baseline. He's got it. It's good. 22-11. Boston. What a first quarter for the Celtics. They're shooting 10 of 13 from the floor. 77%. Wasn't Elijah Warren involved in that game when they played out in the middle? No. You mean a pro or college game? If you're talking about the big college game, that was 68. And the sightlines for that were terrible. Celtics lead by 11. We pass it around. Bird in the paint. Robert Reed's playing against him. College. There might have been a big college game at the Astrodome in the 80s. But the one that kind of put college basketball on the map was 68. Houston and UCLA. So Bird, as I said, he's dribbling. He's penetrating against Reed. Right off the key, left side. Spins around. Let's see what happens. Turn around jumper. No. Cowens gets the rebound. There's a foul on the floor, and it's on Tomjanovich, and that's his 2nd. So Jones comes in for Tomjanovich with 2 fouls. And so Major Jones does not get his own picture, but oh wow, he played at Albany State. So Tomjanovich will sit with 2 points and 2 fouls in 6 minutes. No change. Well, yeah, we'll make some changes for the Celtics. ML Carr comes in for Chris Ford. Henrik Roby comes in for Dave Cowens. And so Roby inside is the play. Where is Mr. Roby? He is. So Archibald will work it up. Trying to find a pick and roll with Roby. Bird to Roby inside. He bobbles it, gets it, rises up. No good. Malone with the rebound. Houston the other way. Level. To Rito on the baseline. Jumper, no. Moses gets the rebound. Little runner. Maxwell gets the block. They're fighting for it. Jones has it and breaks free. Jones lays it up off the rim, though. Malone, yes, finally. Houston, how many chances? 1, 2, 3. On the fourth try, they got it in. 22-12. Right. Yeah, I didn't. I knew that wasn't Moses. I knew that. I mean, I knew that wasn't Elijah one. Five. Yeah, he was. Five slamma jamma. And so Bird outside, 5:10 first quarter. Archibald, the Bird on the perimeter from 15. No. Reed comes back the other way. Moves on the wing over to level. Into Jones. And Jones dropped it. Bird just kind of gave him the stink eye, and that was it. So Tom Henderson goes in for level. And we got a timeout on the floor. 4:46 first quarter. It'll be Boston 22, Houston 13. And yep, all part of Phi Slamagenda with Clyde Drexler and Guy Lewis sucking on the towels. Looks like he stole them from Pizza Hut. Jeff Judkins comes in for Mr. Bird. Don Chaney for Cedric Maxwell. And Gerald Henderson is in for Tiny Archibald. So the Celtics bench comes in for the first time. Bird in his debut, 7 minutes, 6 points, 3 boards, and a pass. One of the things that made the Celtics team so good was the fact that they could assist. They have 8 so far, and their 10 field goals have had assists. Houston is 3 of 6 when it comes to that. And Chaney will inbound for the Celtics. ML Carr outside is the call. Henderson, the Carr on the perimeter. He drives in the paint. Little runner, no. Robert Reed with the rebound. Let's see what Houston does. Henderson, back to Murphy. Major Jones inside. He bobbles it, fakes, double pumps, unloads, no, but Judkins gets the foul, and that's the third on the Celtics. Shooting foul, and so Major Jones goes to the line. That's because it's not really parquet. It's butter. Ha ha ha. No. We'll get the right court in tomorrow. I started this game on a half court, and it just didn't look right. And so we'll get the right courts in for the Laker game. Lakers Clippers tomorrow from San Diego at noon. And then if enough people watching like, then we will do a weekly game of either the Lakers or the Celtics. How's that for basketball? From 79-80, the start of the modern NBA, right here on Retro Sports Network. Major Jones for 2, 56% free throw shooter, misses the first, and no changes for the Celtics or the Rockets. 22-13, 4:21 to go. It is, Bubba, similar to that football game at Bristol. That was what, Tennessee and who? You would know, Mr. Volunteer fan. Jones dips the knees for the second, and that is good. So he's got a point, 22-14, 4:21. Boston ball, first quarter. Gerald Henderson's going to call his own number. Carr to Henderson outside. 17-footer is good. He's got the board. Now Murphy the other way to Malone inside. Off the glass and in. They trade baskets. And that's what they want. That's what Houston wants. They trail 24-16. Carr inside is not what the Celtics want. Henderson stands at the free throw line. He's dribbling it. 15 on the clock. He's going to call his number. He's going to penetrate, and Moses Malone with the steal. Now Murphy to Henderson to Jones. Passing it around. Henderson to Murphy. They keep passing it. And Murphy's fouled by Gerald Henderson. My God, they ran a ton of clock there. And yep, that's Rick Barry in for Robert Reed at the small forward. So 3:20, first quarter, 24-16, and it's still Houston ball. Celtics have 4 fouls. Rockets have 2, so we're not to the free throw line yet. Virginia Tech. I think it depends on how many people watch. It's not going to be like the baseball and football seasons where we pick best game and do that. I mean, this is specifically Celtics and Lakers, with probably one game. Well, this weekend we'll do a Celtics game like that you're seeing now, and a Lakers game, and then next week we will start alternating back and forth between the two. So I'm figuring probably one game a week, maybe two, depending if they both have dynamic matchups. So this is what we call in the business a pilot. You'd like, we do more. But I'm loving Dave Little's series of games from the 70-71 season. He set up a 20-game schedule just to get through them, I think, with promotion and relegation and divisions, and watched all of his game last night between the Celtics and the Pistons. You should go watch that on his channel, and figured, well, if people will watch, we'll do. I just can't find the right college mix that I think people will watch. But for now, we're trying this. All right, so Rick Barry has it. Houston who inbound it on front of their own bench, from the Boston bench. Houston sets it up. Malone and O'Connor with the steal. Gives it right out. 4-on-3. Celtics have numbers. They're going to run it. Boston on the break. Changing the car in the post. He drives. No, but Henderson with a foul. That's the third on Houston. And ML Carr will come to the line to shoot two. 24-16 Boston. A tournament? You never know what we'll do here on the channel. So ML shooting two, and that's no good. He misses the first. Still 24-16. 3 to go, first quarter. Celtics now shooting a human 61%. Carr hits the second, and it's now 25-16. Murphy on the perimeter, pick and roll with Malone. Malone has it. Dunks up? No, but Moses gets his own rebound. He's got 6. No. Jones and Judkins fight for it. Jones gets it. Over to Barry, and he throws it out of bounds. So again, Henderson slides to the point, and Little comes back in the game for Houston. Timeout on the floor. 2:39 to go, first quarter. Celtics 25, Rockets 16. I might do something about that for March. Let's see how this one goes. The good thing about when you're doing your own channel is you can do pretty much whatever you want, whenever you want. You guys seem to like the football playoffs. In January, the most free-watch games were Patriot games, believe it or not, from the 78 playoff run. So Chaney to inbound it. And it'll be Carr outside. So Carr on the near side of the court, foul line extended right. With Level guarding him. Henderson to Carr on the perimeter. Jumper is good. So Barry the other way. He hits the shot and he's fouled by Chaney. And so now Barry gets a chance to do the old-fashioned three. Remember, 79-80 season was the first year of the modern three-point shot. So this would be the Celtics' first, and Houston, their first ever three-point game with a three-point shot. Barry, still a 93% free throw shooter. He's got one here. Houston now in the bonus. 2:12 first quarter, 27-18. And Barry hits it. So he's got 3, 27-19 Boston. They're going to try Chaney outside. Malone, what a mismatch is guarding him. Houston traps. Henderson works against it. Carr to Gerald Henderson to Judkins, and he moves it out of bounds. The trap worked. How about that? They turn it over. 2 minutes to go. 27-19 Boston. So Houston ball. Cowens is ready to come back in. Jones inside, steal by ML Carr. That's his second. And so they're going to try. Gerald Henderson's going to call his own number. Outside, he drives to the basket, off the glass. Yes, he's got 4. 10 now the lead. Barry, the level outside. Cheney with the steal. Level tried to drive on him, and Cheney just picked his pocket. 4-on-3 for the Celtics. What's going to happen? Henderson to Judkins off the glass and good. Houston again down by 12. Malone blocked from behind by Cheney. Roby gets the rebound. 3-on-1 the other way. A gold rush for the Celtics. Roby to Carr from Judkins off the glass, and yes, he's got it. 33-19. Now Barry the other way. He hits the jumper. What a flurry here. 33-21. 34 seconds left. The Celtic bench has acquitted themselves quite well. Cheney, guarded by Malone from Judkins. Cheney drives in the paint off the glass and is in. 23 seconds left. Barry, all the way, lays it off the glass and good on the last play. After one, it's Boston 35, Houston 23. Rick Barry with 7 off the bench for Houston. He's their leading scorer. And Chris Ford is the Celtics' leading scorer with 7. And how about that? The bench played 5 to 6 good minutes for Boston. So nobody in foul trouble. Tomjanovich and Murphy on the floor for Houston. It's Henderson and Thomas Henderson, the other guard. Barry and Tomjanovich, the forwards, with Jones at the center as Moses takes a breather. Moses played the entire first quarter for Houston, 5 points and 6 boards. So we get ready to start the second quarter. Celtics 16 to 23 from the floor, 69.6%. Houston 10 of 19 for 52.6. And Bird in his first quarter of NBA basketball for real, 6 points, 3 boards, and a dish. I look at that, sports time machine saying Ron Madness, and my wife will go, yeah, that happens all the time. So Houston ball as we start the second quarter. They're going to go from right to left here at the Garden. It'll be Murphy, Henderson, Barry, Tomjanovich, and Jones. Archibald, Ford, Maxwell, Bird, and Cowens. Barry misses it. Bird and Jones are digging for it, and Bird gets his 4th rebound. Barry tried the jumper from the baseline, and it didn't go. And so instead, Archibald will walk it up. And Houston is playing a full court trap. You can play a trap and you can press, but you've got to play man-to-man. There's no zone, remember, in this era of the NBA. Maxwell inside is the call. Boston. Ford into Maxwell. Back over to Ford. They pass it around. Maxwell inside. Pump fake. Lays it up. No. And Calvin Murphy hit him on the arm, and Maxwell will go to the line for 2. 35-23, just the start of the second quarter. And Cornbread's first shot is good. He's got 5. Dipsy doodles the knees, and Betsy lifts, and he's got 6. They hit them both. 37-23, Boston by 14, their largest lead. Let's see what Houston does. Henderson outside to Tomjanovich. Runner good. He's got 4. Houston needs to tighten up on the defense. The Celtics are shooting almost 70% from the floor. Boston tries to slow it down, but it won't. Archibald, jumper, no! It goes out of bounds in this Houston ball. Bill Fitch gives the eye to Archibald. He wanted him to slow it down. Tiny saw an opening and tried the jumper. So it's a turnover. No, it's not turnover. 10-8, the rebounds in the favor of Houston. Offensively, 6-3 in favor of the Rockets. Turnovers, 8-3 in favor of the Rockets. And that's why it's 37-25 Boston. Murphy to Henderson. Back to Murphy. They pass it around. Barry now inside to Jones, and Jones misses everything. Tomjanovich gets the rebound to Barry. Into TJ. Up. No. Cowens with the block. Maxwell gets his 3rd rebound. And so Houston looked lost on that series. Tomjanovich kind of forced the shot, and it was rejected. So Chris Ford will try for one from outside. Ford Drives. He collides with Henderson. No call. Easy layup for Ford. Henderson wanted the charge, didn't get it. Tomjanovich the other way. Baseline jumper, no. Larry Bird with his 5th rebound. Not a bad opening game for Bird. 6 points, 5 rebounds in 9 minutes. He's going to get the outside jumper. Left side from the call. Cowens over to Bird. Jumper, no. A bad shot that missed everything. Houston ball. 39-25, 9:45 first half. Opening night, Celtics and Rockets. Tomjanovich, baseline jumper is good. He's got 6. Playing with 2 fouls. 39-27. Archibald will try to feed Cowens inside. And right under the net, pump fake. No. They're fighting for the rebound, and Jones comes down with it for Houston. Henderson to Barry. Point-blank range. He's got that one all day. 9 points for Rick. And it's a 10-point game. Archibald's going to call his own number. Let's see what happens. Maxwell back to Archibald. Top the key. Drives away. And he lost the handle on it. The level comes in, and Reed and Malone. So it really is the starting 5 on the floor for Houston. No changes for Boston. 8:41 first half, 39-29 Celtics. Murphy to level. Looks to pass. Malone inside. Jumper blocked by Bird. Oh, Bird just reached up and swatted that one away right to Dave Cowens. 2-on-2 break coming. Outlet pass. Maxwell from Ford off the glass. Yes, sir. He's got 8. Now level the other way inside to Malone. Jumper is good. And so it's 41-31. Celtics have 10 fast break points, none for Houston. Tiny's going to call his own number from the top of the free throw line. He misses it, but Moses Malone goes out there and commits the foul. His first, team second, 7:51 in the half, and Tiny will shoot 2. The beginning of the season was around when I was conceived. Bubba's daddy wearing his Merkins. Bubba's mommy was excited, and then came little Bubba. Archibald, an 83% free throw shooter, hits the first. He's got 2 points and 2 assists tonight. 42-31 Boston. Second shot coming, and that's good. So he hits them both. It's a 12-point lead, and Houston will bring it back from left to right. Awkward. Yes, that would be. That's okay, Bubba. We all have our scary stories like that. Murphy into Malone, lays it up off the glass on the pick and roll and hits. 43-33. Malone has 9. He's got 6 boards for Houston. Chris Ford wants an outside jumper. He's foul line extended right. Level knocks it away, goes out of bounds, and it's still Celtic ball. Timeout on the floor as Rick Barry comes back in. 7:20. Oh, no, there's not a timeout on the floor. But Rick Barry comes back in, playing the small guard. He's got 9 points in 7 minutes. No changes yet for Boston. So Ford. Well, Boston will inbound. Maxwell has it. 6 on the 24. Maxwell, foul line extended left. And he's got to call time. Houston was all over him. And so the trap, no, they're not playing the trap. They're back to the man-to-man. So 1 second on the shot clock. 7:17. Boston's got to do this quickly. Maxwell, and it's a 24-second violation. So they turn it over. And Bill Fitch is not a happy camper. It's okay, Bubba. Some of us are condom and spermicide babies. I won't mention who that is, but some of us swam off a well. Murphy outside to Barry. Point blank deflected by Bird. Maxwell with a board. And the Celtics will walk it across. Ford. Foul line extended right. Drives it in the lane. Reed cuts him off. Little runner. No, Malone gets the block. No called. And Reed runs it back the other way. Malone, the Barry, and Tiny Archibald steals it. How about that? Back and forth action here at the Garden. And Houston just can't get anything steady going. They got the block by Malone. Reed with the board. They tried to start the break and it didn't go anywhere. All right, thanks for watching, Bubba. Drop a like. Thanks for watching. Hope I didn't scare you off. Go Vols. Archibald will have it. Top of the key. Cowens. Back to Archibald outside. Little runner is good. He got the bounce off the glass. Now Barry to Murphy. Murphy drives it. Calvin hits the basket. 45-35. 10-point game. Archibald wants a shot again. He gets it from forward, drives the basket, but Tomjanovich gets the steal. 4-on-1 for Houston. Calvin Murphy from Robert Reed. And that's a Brady Bunchuk. Lays it up and in. The lead is 8. Bird, left side from Archibald, pick and roll. Bird rocks the baseline, and he's fouled by Moses. Second personal, third team foul. No bonus, 5:56. And Maxwell will inbound it for Boston. Going to try Chris Ford left side on the perimeter. Jumper from 15, no. Moses with the rebound, that's his 7th. They run the break again, 3-on-1. And Malone slams it home. Got the feed from Tomjanovich, and Malone does the rest. 45-39. Houston's cut it to 6. Boston will pass it around. Ford. Foul line extended right. Going to drive against Rick Barry. Collides with Reed. Basket, no, but Reed commits the foul, and Chris Ford gets 2 free throws. 45-39. Ford goes to the line with 9 points and 3 assists. First one is up. No. Level comes in for the Rockets. And the Celtics will make wholesale changes now. And if Ford hits this one, ML Carr will come in. And that's good. So Ford hits them both. Carr on the floor. 46-39. Boston by 7. 5:21 first half. And there's a timeout on the floor. This time charged to Boston. They're down to 4 now. Like I said, 5:21 first half. Boston 46, Houston 39. This is Retro Sports Network. So Reed will inbound it for Houston. Carr is in the game. Reed to Murphy. Murphy with the jumper. He's got it. 5-point game. Houston has done a good job this quarter. 46-41. They're going to try to work it into Roby. Carr, pick and roll with Roby inside. Off the glass. He's got it. Here comes Houston. Malone to Tomjanovich. Jumper. Yes, off the rim and in. Carr outside. Under 5 to go, left wing. He drives in the paint, lays it off the glass, and he's got 7. That's good. Reed now to Murphy, top the key. He drives. Two-hander, yes. And Calvin Murphy has hit all 5 of his field goal shots. He's got 10, and it's a 5-point game, 50-45. Emma Carr. From Cheney, over to Carr, 18-footer. He drives against Malone off the backboard, and good. Tomjanovich the other way, backing in on Judkins, and Tomjanovich hits. And Houston really, their offense is now on fire. They're hitting almost 60% from the floor. Boston slows it down. Roby outside. And trying to shoot from the baseline. That's Judkins with the rebound and passes it out. Gerald Henderson, top of the key, will call his own number down the lane, over to Carr, out of bounds. He thought Carr was open. That wasn't the case. So Henderson and Jones come in for Houston. And right now, no changes for the Celtics. 52-47. Tomorrow, our basketball weekend continues. The Lakers and the Clippers opening night from San Diego for the 79-80 season. Tomorrow at noon on Retro Sports Network. Murphy to Henderson. Back to Murphy outside. He'll attach the rim, trying to find Reed, but Gerald Henderson read that one all the way. They're going to go to Roby inside. In the lane, Malone draws the foul. Roby gets called with a charge. Timeout on the floor. Under 3 to go in the first half. Got ourselves a ball game. Boston 52, Houston 47. Jones inbounds it for Houston. Reed in the corner, yes, 52-49. Houston has played very well this quarter. Jeff Jukins, we're going to try a shot with him outside the corner. And Jukins from 17, no. Chaney with the rebound, and Chaney gets called for an over and down. And so Tomjanovich back on the floor for the Rockets. And with a 3, they can tie this game. 2:32 first half. Houston has not attempted a 3 yet. Rockets down. Murphy, 15-footer, no. And a car. 2-on-2 transition time for the Celtics. Chaney to Judkins, and Tomjanovich reaches in and commits his third. And so now Boston's in the bonus, and Judkins will shoot 2. Archibald and Bird. How you doing, Dave Little? Archibald and Bird will be ready to come back in. Judkins first. He hits it. He's got 3 off the bench. Major Jones comes in at power forward. Bird will come in if Judkins makes the shot. Archibald in for Henderson. Second one coming from Judkins is good. So Bird's on the floor. His first game, 6 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist. 54-49. Houston down 5. Malone inside off to Reed, and that was stolen by Carr. One too many passes. They tried to find Henderson. Didn't work. Celtics 3-on-2. Hard at Chaney in the lane. No. Rebound Tom Henderson. And Houston goes back the other way. Murphy to Henderson. And Reed and Roby tie each other up. So with 1:53, Maxwell comes back in. And Reed and Roby will jump this. By the Houston basket, Reed gets it for the Rockets. Murphy outside, drives against the glass. No, Archibald with the rebound. Celtics 4-on-1 the other way. What could possibly happen? Roby. Slam jams 1 to Archibald. Oh boy, laid it up for 2. 56-49, 7 for Archibald, 7 for the 3-point lead for the Celtics. Houston will walk it across. Last 90 seconds of the half. Jones drives to the basket and pushes off. That's an offensive foul. Minute 21, Cameron's coming back on the floor. So Roby, 2 points, 1 board in 10 minutes. Yeah, Larry Bird's first ever game, Dave. Tomorrow we will do Magic Johnson's first game. The Lakers and the Clippers, and if you're old enough, and I won't say who might be old enough to remember this, CBS carried Magic's first game ever, live from San Diego. They won it at the Kareem won it at the buzzer with a skyhook, and Magic's hugging on him like they've just won the NCAA's, and Kareem's going, "Dude, we got 81 more like this, plus the playoffs." So we'll see. That's tomorrow at noon on Retro Sports Network. Celtic ball, Tiny Archibald with Calvin Murphy grabbing tight on those short shorts. Top of the key, Tiny's going to call his own number. Cowens back out to Tiny. He drives. There's a whistle, and Henderson fouls Tiny, and Archibald will have 2. Celtics 9 of 12 from the line. Houston 3 of 6. 16 foul for the Rockets. Archibald has 7 points. Dipsy doodles and hits the first one and goes around the rim. He's got 2 assists. Henderson slides to the point for Houston. Level comes back in. And Rick Barry, with 9 points in 9 minutes, is going to be the small forward. So the second one coming from Archibald is good. It's a both. 58-49, minute 5, first half. Henderson to Malone inside. A runner, no, but Cowens commits the foul. That's his second. Cowens says, "I didn't do that." And the official says, "Your name isn't Bill Lambier. Of course you did." So here's Moses Malone, 20 minutes here in the first half. He's got 11 points and 7 boards. First one for Moses is around and in. He's got 12. It's an 8-point game, 58-50. 46 seconds to go. Oh, I forgot to put Chris Ford back in. Second one misses. Cowens with the rebound. And the big man wants it. Inside over Malone. Left-handed hook. No, but it bounces out of bounds. And Tomjanovich comes back in for Houston. And Chris Ford is back in for the Celtics. So starting 5 for Boston on the floor. Big minutes for Carr and Roby. 9 points for ML Carr. 8-point lead. Barry to Tomjanovich in the key off the glass. No, he gets his own rebound, passes it back out. 19 seconds left. Tomjanovich over Bird at the buzzer. No. We've played 24 minutes at the Garden. Boston 58, Houston 50. All right. Bye. Bye-bye. So that quarter was more Houston 27-23. Hey-o. So this is a pilot. We're going to do the Celtics today and the Lakers tomorrow. And if there's enough genuine interest, we're going to flip-flop on Saturdays between a Celtics game and a Laker game. Magic and Larry and how they revitalize the NBA, starting with this one here. That's the plan anyway. Dave Little, where did you find pictures? You can see I put some pictures in here, but there's only 170 players. Like ML Carr has no picture. Nice though, those little cards from the 79-80 season. Anyway, let's see. Malone, 5 of 12 in 20 minutes for Houston. He is their best player in the first half. Calvin Murphy, 5 of 7 from the floor too. And the Celtics, well, Chris Ford has 10. And scored the first simulated three-pointer in the team's history. 1 for 1. If you're wondering about Larry Bird, 6 points, 5 boards, and an assist. And that's the first half. Team by team. All right. Second half will be there cold and tired again. Mr. Gardner, I'm so sorry. They're talking 40s here midweek. All right, so I'll have to look for that. So 58-50, Celtics lead to start the second half. Murphy, Level, Reed, Tomjanovich, and Malone for the Rockets. They've only used 8 players. Boston, Archibald, Ford, Maxwell, Bird, and Cowens, the starters. Celtics shooting 59% from the floor. Houston 55%. Boston ball, they're going to try Ford. Foul line extended right. Well, we already went through that one. So no one in foul trouble. Tomjanovich has 3. Ford spins to the basket off the glass and good. Murphy the other way to Level on the perimeter. He drives and Ford hits the floor. No call, but Level gets the basket. Bill Fitch is shaking his head. Ford flopped. I mean, that wasn't really a foul. Archibald walks it across. Top of the key, calls his own number. Ford, Archibald drives in the paint off the glass and in. He's got 11 now for Boston. Reed inside the other way off the glass. No, Ford gets his first rebound. And Larry Bird, left side, wants that shot. Robert Reed guards him. Let's see what happens here. Ford, Bird, drives in. Reed tries to get the block and does. Maxwell, free stop the glass, right into Maxwell's hands. Little jumper. No, but Reed will make the foul. And that's 2 for Robert Reed, and Maxwell will shoot 2. He's got 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. 62-52, Celtics by 10. 78% free throw shooter, and he hits the first. He's got himself 9. Boston 12 of 15 from the free throw stripe, making another one as Maxwell hits them both. Boston by 12, 10:49, third quarter. Murphy on the perimeter to Tomjanovich from 15. No, Reed with a rebound. He passes it back out. Houston sets back up. Level this time to Murphy. Calvin drives. Bird cuts him off. Collins gets the block. Tomjanovich this time. Bird knocks it away and steals it from him. Tomjanovich just was floored by that. He tried to send his feet for the shot, and Bird said, nuh-uh. So the steal by Bird. They're going to try to feed it into Maxwell. Archibald inside of Maxwell, who hits the basket. 14-point lead. Level misses the jumper, but Archibald gets called for the foul. And we take a deep breath, and Level will shoot 2. He's got 2 points and 2 assists in 16 minutes. Houston's only 4 of 8 from the line. Level hits the first one. He's got 3. 66-53, Boston, 9:54 to go in the third. The reason why the Celtics are leading so well, their bench is 21. Houston's has 10. And 9 of that's from Rick Barry. Second one up is around and in. So hits them both, 66-54. Cowens wants it inside. And so that's what Archibald will try to do. Trap time for Houston. Cowens, left-hander goes. He hit the hook. Now Level to Malone inside the other way, around and no. Cowens gets the board, his 4th. They got numbers. Cowens with the baseball pass to Ford for 3, and Reed makes the block out of bounds. Ford's loving that new 3-point shot. And Robert Reed does the Brady Bunch things and makes the good block. And that's kind of interesting because the Brady family always owned 4s. Celtic ball, 68-54, 9:19 to go. No changes either way. And Ford outside. What are you doing? My cat is doing something. We'll drive it. That's Ford in the perimeter. He drives the right side with a layup off the glass, and he's got 14. Cowens gets the assist. Wow, Level the other way. Tomjanovich, they pass it around. Level to Malone over Cowens. No, but Cowens commits the foul, and Moses will have 2. He's got 12. He's Houston's leading scorer with 12 points and 7 boards. And you hear my cat playing with a straw wrapper. Are you happy now, little girl? So Moses will shoot 2. Second foul for the Celtics here in the quarter. Houston has 1. And Moses, a 78% free throw shooter, hits the first. 70-55. Celtics have their largest lead of the day at 16. Now the cat wants to bite me. She's excited. Second one for Malone hits. He's got 14. 70-56. Boston will pass it around. Now Maxwell is inside, 13 on the clock. Tomjanovich is trying to guard him. Maxwell will shoot the runner. Fake one-hander. No, Malone got it, but they caught him with a goaltend. And so Houston will take it the other way. Maxwell is 14 on the night and made the last 5 shots. 72-56. Reed outside, 17-footer, blocked by Maxwell. Malone has the rebound, turnaround, second chance is good. Reed thought he was fouled. He says a few words as they walk up the court, but Maxwell got it clean and simple. Doesn't matter, Malone got the rebound and the basket. And so 72-58, 8:33 to go. Maxwell inside is the call. He's got it at the key. The runner, no, but Reed commits the foul, and Robert Reed has a lot to say. Cornbread's going to shoot 2. 14 points, 5 boards. And the first one is no good. So the Celtics now 13 of 17 from the floor. No changes for Boston. Cowan's the only one remotely in foul trouble with 3. Maxwell bounces it hard, shoots the second and hits. 73-58, 15 for Maxwell, 15-point lead. Murphy drives it himself off the glass and in. He's got 12. Houston is good at driving it, but their defense isn't all that great. The Celtics are shooting 61.7% from the field. Celtics set it back up. They run some clock. Ford, foul line extended right. Is going to drive. From the perimeter, goes baseline. Calvin Murphy with the steal. Houston 4-on-2. Murphy to level. He's in the paint. Off the glass. No. Reed. Rebound. Tosses it back out. Malone. Over Cowens with the runner. No. But Tiny Archibald is called for the foul, and Moses will get 2. How you doing, Bobby Catalano? Good to have you here. And so Chris answers the question. Sometimes the Ford just can't make the drive. And so on those plays, we just call Chris Edsel. So the first of 2 from Malone is good. He's got 17. 8 boards and an assist. No changes for the Celtics. Second shot from Malone is off the glass and rebounded by Maxwell. Both teams have 20 rebounds. Going to work it to Ford outside. Archibald, the Bird, drives himself out to Archibald, and he hits the jumper. What a play by Bird. Now Murphy with the fade the other way, and Archibald with the foul, and that's 3 on Tiny. So Calvin Murphy, who has 14 points and 4 assists, will have 1 from the line, an old-fashioned 3. Tiny complaining about that, and the refs are having none of it. So Murphy with 1 shot. Hits it. He's got 15. 75-64. Boston by 11. 7:03 third quarter. Maxwell wants it inside. The number 3 goes up. Maxwell off the glass, and Malone will reach in there for the foul. So Boston will inbound it by me. Maxwell. Cornbread doing his own play-by-play, by the way. Keeps asking me where Sean Grand is, and I have no idea who Sean Grand is. Let's see, no changes. Maxwell unbounds it, and they're going to work it to Cowens inside. Cowens against Malone. Cowens makes a spin move in the paint, I would think. Archibald to Cowens, deep inside, left-handed hook, you betcha. He's got 8. Now Murphy drives in the other way. Cowens blocks him off. Cowens gets the rebound. That whole back and forth was on Dave Cowens. He made the basket, played the good defense, and got the rebound. And now it's going to be Maxwell inside in the paint. Tomjanovich is on him, and Maxwell can't hit off the glass, but Calvin Murphy commits the foul, and now 4 starters for Houston have 3 fouls with 6:02 to go. I'm doing well. Thank you, Bobby. Are all Dave's sports fans? I'm going to make the joke. I'm not sure that either Dave is here. So I'm going to say, yeah, man, Dave's not here. So Maxwell is 15. He's shooting 2. 77-64 Celtics. Halfway home here in the third. First one from Maxwell's miss. He's missed 2 of his last 3. He slams that ball hard as he goes for the second one, and he hits it. 78-64 Boston. Celtics by 14. Murphy to Reed on the paint, and he's called for a double dribble. And there's a timeout on the floor, and the Rockets are just giving it to the officials. 5:50 to go. Boston 78, Houston 74. So ML Carr will come in as I take a drink. Maxwell inbounds it, and they're going to try to feed Bird inside. Bird has been quiet scoring-wise, but this is his first career game. Bird inside, runner, no. Board for Tomjanovich, that's his 4th. Murphy outside the level, wanted the 3, but he forgot to actually, hold the ball as he tried to shoot it. So it's a turnover, 15 now for Houston compared to 8 for Boston. 78-64. And Rick Roby comes in for Dave Cowens. Cowens 21 minutes, 8 points, 5 boards, and 3 assists. Carr wants an outside jumper. Let's see what happens. Bird, the Carr outside. Carr with a long jumper. No. Tomjanovich gets his 5th rebound. Here come the Rockets on the break. 4-on-1. Level. Lays it off the glass and in. 78-66. Bird wants another inside shot. Archibald. Instead, he tries the jumper. Reed blocks it. Tomjanovich has it. Houston will rock it across. Level. Stopped by Archibald. Oh, what a block from behind by Tiny. Roby. Rebound. 4-on-1 for the Celtics. To Bird, lays it off the glass, and he's got 8. 80-66. Murphy the other way to Tomjanovich. Jumper, no. Maxwell with the board. Celtics are going to run it again. To Bird. Lays it up, and he's in double digits. He's got 10. Now Murphy the other way. Jumper, no. Malone with the board. Moses tips it back up and in. He's got 19. 4:04 to go. 82-68. Maxwell outside, right wing. He drives. Malone cuts him off. Jumper, no. Right into Reed. Houston will walk it across. Murphy, level. Reed on the baseline. Drives. Off the glass and good. He's got 10. 82-70. And the Celtics will put their bench in as soon as they can get a stoppage of play. Bird wants another shot. Carr. Bird in the corner. Jumper, no. Maxwell pick, no. Level with the rebound. Fast break for Houston. Level. Lays it off. Yes. 82-72. Archibald. Top of the key. Inside the mat. Back from Maxwell. There's a whistle. And Archibald is called for the offensive foul. And so changes for everybody. Tom Henderson replaces Calvin Murphy at the point for Houston. Rick Barry comes in for Reed. And Major Jones in for Tomjanovich. Celtics. Judkins for Bird. Chaney for Maxwell. And Henderson for Archibald. So 82-72. Boston by 12. Latter stages third quarter. Henderson to level. Inside to Barry. Chaney tipped it away and it goes out of bounds. Houston ball. So the Rockets will have 7 seconds to shoot it. Cowens is the only Celtics starter not to have 10 points. And the Celtics from the field are shooting 57.9%. Still Rocket ball. Level, top of the key, into Malone. Little runner, it's good. 21 for Moses. He's played himself a game. The lead is 8, 82-74. Roby, under 3 minutes to go. Inside, Henderson bounces it in. Over Barry. He's got it. Back comes Houston. Henderson to Barry. Long three. No, left side. And O'Connor with the rebound. And Boston will pass it around. Now Roby in the paint against Jones. He wants to shoot it. In the paint. In trouble. And he lays it up. No. Henderson with the rebound. That's Gerald for the Celtics. And they pass it back around. Roby wanted the foul. He wasn't going to get it. Trying to find Jeff Judkins on the left side. Henderson drives it himself, though, and he lays it off the glass and in. He's got 6. Now Tom Henderson misses with an air ball for Houston. And so Calvin Murphy comes in. Level will get some much-needed rest for the Rockets. Tomjanovich in at power forward, and Jones slides to center. 137. How you doing, Jameson, buddy? Laser King in the house for some Saturday afternoon basketball. So Cowens will come back in for the Celtics. And the fan favorite from Ohio State draws a nice hand. So Henderson will get the call outside. That's the plan anyway. Carr to Henderson. Drives to the basket off the glass and in. He's got 8. Murphy outside for Houston to Tomjanovich. Little runner, no. Cowens gets the rebound. He's got 6. Almost down to the last minute. Celtics passing around. Chaney. Don Chaney. Foul line extended left as the cap thinks that she hears something. She doesn't. Chaney on the perimeter jumper. No. Carr with the rebound. Boston with 48 seconds will pass it around. They're going to work it inside to Cowens. Henderson. Pick and roll. Cowens off the glass. Yes, he's got it. He's got 10. Jones outside the other way. Little runner, no. Chaney with the rebound, and he walked with it. So Jones goes to power forward. Moses Malone comes back in. 23 seconds left. Archibald, Ford, and Bird coming in for the Celtics. Excuse me. They lead again by 16, 90-74 in the third quarter. And now everybody for the Celtics has in double digits. So Houston probably playing for the last shot. Murphy over Cowens. No. Rebound Jones. They have time. Barry. No shot. After 3. Boston 90. Houston 94. And so the third quarter was all Boston, 32-24. So Cedric Maxwell is the leading scorer for the Celtics. He's got 16 and 7 rebounds. For Houston, it's Moses Malone, 21 points and 9 boards, 6 of them on the offensive glass. And so if you like what you see, give this video a like. And tomorrow, as we continue Super Bowl weekend, it'll be the Los Angeles Lakers down to San Diego to play the Clippers for the first game of the 79-80 season, or Magic Johnson's NBA debut. If you're looking for football fun, join Stratomatic Delaware tonight at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. That, by the way, is Super Bowl morning in the UK for his pre-play of the NFL Championship using Apple Football. Tonight at 7 on Stratomatic Delaware's channel. I think we're also doing a chat with Al tonight. After that, tomorrow, I've got the Lakers and the Clippers opening day, Magic Johnson's first career game at noon, and Beatles Eternally, if you're not interested in football, is playing a Federal League game of baseball at 8 o'clock. That should be right about halftime of the Super Bowl. So if you're not a Maroon 5 fan or a football fan at all, Beatles has got you covered playing some 1914 baseball tomorrow night at 8. Friends of the Retro Sports Network. All right, so Tiny Archibald has 4 fouls. He's really the only one that starts the last stanza in foul trouble. But watch Houston. They've only used 8 players. Oops. I'm not answering that. They can leave a message. What was I going to say? 4 of the starters have 3 fouls. So watch that as we go forward. It'll be Rocket Ball to start the 4th. Barry stays on the floor. So Murphy, Henderson, Barry, Jones, and Malone for the Rockets. Starting 5 for the Celtics. Malone, stolen by Maxwell. Barry tried to do the lob and couldn't do it. So Archibald will walk it up. And we'll find Chris Ford outside. Ford, guarded by Henderson. Jumper, no. Moses gets his 10th rebound. That's a double-double. Tom Henderson brings it in for Houston. He tries a jumper, and he's finally on the board. Celtics will pass it around, but they're going to run a play. Archibald from the right side. No, but Rick Barry commits the shooting foul. So it's a 2-shot foul for Tiny. He's got 13, 6 assists. That leads the team with 1 rebound. And the first one is up, and it's good. So he's got 14, 91, 76 Boston. Second one is up, and he hits them both. He's got 15. Rockets trail by 16. Largest margin of the game, 92-76. Henderson to Jones in the post, off the rim. He gets his own rebound. Little runner, and Bird blocks it. That's his 3rd. Cowens corrals the rebound. Celtics in transition. Boston to Maxwell. Off the glass from Ford. No, but Murphy commits the foul. And Calvin's 4th. That's not what Houston needs, and Maxwell will shoot 2. First one from Maxwell is no good. No changes for Boston. The second one is off the glass. No. Cowens gets it. Tries to tip in the rebound and got it. He's got 12, 94-76. Murphy on the perimeter, long jumper, no. He's missed 5 straight. Moses gets the board. Turnaround runner, no. Cowens tips it out of bounds. And so it will remain Houston ball. So Calvin Murphy's gone cold. He's missed his last 5. And Moses trying to put in the putback. And Cowens got a piece of it. So the Celtics have blocked 10 shots to Houston's 4. Still, Rocket Ball, 10-17 left. Murphy, long 3, doesn't work. Rebound Archibald. And Houston's starting to get desperate. They're shooting 40-58 from the field. Ford. Into Maxwell is the call. Ford, Maxwell on the post, and Moses gets called for his 4th. And so that's the 3rd on Houston. That's not a shooting foul, but they already have 3 in the quarter. Maxwell inbounds it. Boston will pass it around. Maxwell in the paint, left side. Jones and Barry working on him. And he lets it off the glass and in. And Archibald gets his 7th assist. Houston the other way. Murphy to Henderson. Barry, long 3. No. But Bird commits his first NBA foul. And that's a big one because it's a 3-shot foul. So Rick Barry, who was a 93.5% free throw shooter, Gets 3 to make 3. First one is good. He's got 10. No changes coming up for Boston. He underhands the second in that weird way, and he got it the second one. So Level comes back in. He's fully fresh at the shooting guard. And Henderson moves out to the point. Calvin Murphy getting a much-needed breather. Third one for Barry is good. He hit all 3. And it's now 96-79. We're going to go outside to Maxwell. Foul line extended left. Bird outside to Maxwell. He drives in the paint, off the glass, and through. He's got 20. Barry to Malone inside. No. Malone with a tip. No. So 2 shots, no good. Cowens comes down with it, and the Celtics will walk it across. Under 9 to go. Maxwell, guarded by Jones. Inside, off to Cowens, Level with a steal. Transition for Houston. Barry to Level, off the glass and in. So Boston's biggest lead was 20. It's now 17. Tomjanovich and Reed are fully rested. I don't know why they're not playing. We're going to work it inside to Cowens for Boston. Archibald to Ford. Maxwell. They're passing around. Pick and roll with Cowens. Finally, a little runner. You betcha. What a strike from Archibald. And Level lost a shoe coming down on the perimeter. So an official's timeout on the floor. Houston will have 7 seconds to shoot. And 8:04 on the clock. 181. Boston by 19. Jones inbounds it for the Rockets. Malone inside, off the glass, no. Rebound Jones, inside. Malone again. That time Cowens gets the block. Rebound, Barry. He throws it back out. Houston resets. Henderson to Level outside, off the glass, no. Well, yes, Cowens blocked it, but it went in anyway. So what defense by the Celtics? They've held Houston down to under 45% on the floor. It goes in. And Boston is just not going to do very fast at all. They pass it around. Bird. Baseline left. Barry guarding him. Bird. Jumper. No. Maxwell gets the rebound. Maxwell's going to try to tip it in. Yes. 22 for Cedric. Now Jones gets a 3-second violation and it's crossing the ball. So Reed and Tomjanovich come back in. And the Celtics will probably make changes in the next minute or so. This one's been all Boston the second half, 102-83. If you're a Celtic fan, you got to be thrilled to pieces. Celtics have 52 points inside the paint and 27 off the bench. And that's how you become a 60-win team in the NBA, at least in that era. Speaking of points in the paint, inside the Cowens, pick and roll with Archibald. Off the back of the iron, no. Houston ball, Boston doesn't really care. So Calvin Murphy's back in the game, and so is Moses Malone. So starting 5 on the floor for Houston. Murphy, Level, the backcourt. Reed, Tomjanovich, and Malone, the front court. And the Celtics are just happy to be here. Murphy to Level. Murphy outside, and that air ball just missed. That was out of bounds, and Calvin Murphy's missed his last 7. Celtic ball. Maxwell. They're going to work it to Bird outside. Archibald to Bird. Drives into Reed off the glass. No. And Bird is called for the offensive foul. So Jones goes back in for Malone, and Bird is running his mouth. Welcome to the NBA, kid. This isn't Indiana State anymore. So Tomjanovich inside. Little runner's good. He's got 12. The lead is 17. Celtics pass it around. Cowens has it. Tomjanovich is the poor guy defending him. Cowens dribbles it in the paint, rises up and hits the jumper. 16 for him. Level to Reed inside. That little runner goes. They trade baskets. Now Bird. They're going to give him the 3 chance? Why not? It's coming out anyway in a minute. Archibald to Maxwell. Bird way out for 3. He hits it. 13 for Bird tonight. Now level the other way. Back to Murphy. Reed, baseline. In the rain, Reed is fouled by Bird in the paint. That's 3 for Larry. Reed will get 2 shots, 4:49 to go. And I think that'll do it for the Boston starters. So Reed will shoot 2, and he misses the first. So the bench comes in for Boston. Gerald Henderson, ML Carr, Don Chaney, Jeff Judkins, and Rick Roby. The Celtic bench will come in force. If it stays a 20-point game, they're not coming back in. So not a bad for opening night for the Celtics starters. Larry Bird, 13 points, 5 boards, and 3 assists. Chris Ford with 14 and Maxwell with 22. Reed second coming up, and that one misses. Jones with the rebound, and he takes a step with it. So timeout on the floor. 4:49 to go. Opening night at the Garden. 107-87, all Boston. So Chaney inbounds it. Outside shot for Chaney. Foul line extended left. He drives in the lane, off the glass and in. Henderson, jumper the other way. He gets the basket. Celtics pass it around. ML Carr. Foul line extended right, about 18 from the basket. Is going to drive it in the lane. Off the glass and in. He's got 11. Henderson to Tomjanovich, over to Barry. Houston passes it around. Henderson drives from the lane, and he's got it. He's got 6. But it's 111-91, all Boston. They lead by 20. Now Roby has it inside, guarded by Tommy Henderson. Roby is going to shoot, and he slams it home. Chaney with the assist. Now Reed to Moses Malone. He hits the basket. 113-93, Boston. Carr will try one from the outside. Foul line extended right. Henderson to Carr. They pass it back and forth. Carr from 15. No, Roby has the rebound. That's his 3rd. He's already got the slam dunk here. That little runner's good. He's got 8. And it's all Boston now. Moses to Reed. Jeff Judkins with the steal. And Henderson will walk it up. Henderson from the top of the key. Drives to the basket off the glass, and he's got 10. 7 Celtics have double digits. Tomjanovich's jumper won't go. He's missed 5. Malone with the board. That's his 12th. His runner goes, and he's fouled by Judkins. So Malone is 25. He's the leading scorer for Houston. 5 of 8 from the line, and we'll try the old-fashioned 3. Boston shooting 62% from the field. And that pretty much tells you all you need to know. Malone, 5 of 8 from the line. Around the rim and in, he's got 26. 117-96. Timeout on the floor, 2:31 to go. So the Rockets will press. But I really don't see what good that's going to do. Boston in no hurry. Chaney to inbound in front of me. Inbounds at Henderson from the top of the key to Carr. Back over to Henderson. Jumper, no. But Rick Barry is called for the shooting foul, and Henderson will shoot 2. First one up from Henderson is good. He's got 11. And Bradley will make a token appearance And Malone's day is done. Moses, 26 points, 12 boards, and 2 assists. Jones back in at center. So Houston expands the bench just a touch. And Gerald Henderson will come in for his second shot. We're not going to play Maravich because he shouldn't be there, but Eric Fernston comes in to play center for Roby, who played 16 minutes. He got 8 points. Second one from Gerald Henderson misses, and Tomjanovich gets the rebound. Level to Barry, inside to Jones, runner no, rebound Fernston, and the Celtics will walk it across. They beat the trap. They pass it around, 7 on the 24. Henderson will drive from the top of the key. 1:49 to go. Henderson in the wing, drives it up, and good. He's got 13. He's got 6 straight. 120-96 Boston. Rockets trail by 24, level. Bradley baseline drives, no. On the floor, Bradley and Judkins will jump it. Bradley got it back. Judkins was trying to call time. Why you would do that? The game just should be over. So jump it between Judkins and Bradley, and Judkins will win it. Houston can't even do that right. They pass it around. Henderson with 14 on the shot clock. Drives it in from the wing. To the basket, lays it off the glass, and no. Tomjanovich gets the rebound to level. Over to Barry. They pass it around. Level jumper, no. Chaney gets the board. And 1:01 to go. Now under a minute. 16 on the clock. Celtics killing us some time. 7 on the shot clock. Henderson. Again, we'll drive it from the top of the key, and he'll gladly take the 24-second violation. Murphy and Lavelle come in, and so the Garden is emptying out. So a good start to the 79-80 season for Boston. Remember, tomorrow at noon, Lakers and Clippers from San Diego, the NBA debut of one Magic Johnson. Start your Super Bowl Sunday off right on Retro Sports Network. Bradley inside, steal by Chaney. Time running out. Who is left in the Garden is standing up. What a start. Henderson, they got to shoot it. Only 17 left. Fadeaway jumper is good. 16 seconds left. And so the Celtics are going to start this rebound season with a win. Murphy from the corner, no. Lavelle with the rebound, lays it off, no. Jones this time, third chance. Bradley with a jumper, no. Chaney, 3 seconds left. And that'll do it. The Celtics have won the opener in a blowout, 122-96. And our player of the game is Cedric Cornbread Maxwell. 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. 3 offensive rebounds, and a game score of 23-3. For Houston, Malone gets all the credit. Moses, 26 points, 12 boards. And so, the cat did knock around the camera. I love you, Emmy. So that'll do it for the opening edition of our Larry Bird Magic Johnson replay. If you liked it, hit that like button. Like I said, the initial plan is Celtics game today, Lakers game tomorrow, and then we'll alternate weekly between the two. If you like NBA replays, let me know and what we can improve on. I'll get the correct floors in place for tomorrow's game. But for now, don't forget, Dave Gardner hopes to do some streaming. He's going to do a What If 77 OOTP replay if he feels good. I know that Stratomatic Delaware is going to do a pre-play of the NFL Championship tonight at 7 o'clock on his channel, Stratomatic Delaware. That's where you should look for that. Don't know, I think we're doing Chat with Al on our Red Sox fan channel late tonight. Parental discretion is advised. And tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday, we'll do the Magic Johnson debut, the Lakers and the Clippers from San Diego. And during the Super Bowl, if you're not a fan of football, Beatles Eternally, I know, is doing a Federal League game from 1914, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. So that's it from our channels. Oh, don't forget the inspiration for this NBA replay, Dave Little. He's doing the 70-71 season, Friday nights live at 9 o'clock. I'm Ron Juckett for Retro Sports Network. We'll talk to you the next time.